Now we're still outside the Appleton Bus. We're having a very enjoyable time with the West Indian rum people. And we're now going to meet Adam Westbrook, who's going to show us how to make a rum cocktail and tell us a little bit about the rum itself.
Welcome everybody to the Appleton Estate Rum Bus. Thank you very much for joining us for this tasting today. We should all have a cup with some rum in our hands. Have we got one of those? It's a good start, excellent stuff. So the rum that you guys have in front of you now is our signature blend. Now this is a blend of 15 different rums that we produce on our estate over in Jamaica. The blend itself was created by my boss, an exceptionally talented lady called Joy Spence. She's been blending rums for about 37 years now. She's been our master blender for the last 23, and she was in fact the world's first woman to hold the title of master blender as well in any spirit category. So she's a little bit of a pioneer. Now the first thing I'd like us to do, guys, we're going to be tasting the Mai Tai in a couple of moments. I'm going to invite a couple of you guys up and you're going to help me make a Mai Tai cocktail. But before we get there, we need to understand the roots of why we're getting there. And the reason I'm having this glass in front of our sugarcane press today is because the story of rum all starts with this stuff here, sugarcane. So this is at our base. Now what I'd like to ask you guys to do is to have a smell of the rum first. I don't want to see anybody swirling the cups. We may have seen wine tasters doing that, but at this strength of alcohol, you're just going to get a big nose of ethanol if you do that. So let's have a smell. And remember guys, there are no wrong answers here. Everybody's palates react slightly differently, but perhaps someone can give a shout to me of some of the tasting notes that maybe you're picking up from here. Some spice, yeah? Certainly I get some notes of cinnamon on there, notes of nutmeg. That's certainly a feature of this rum for sure. Is any of us getting some sweetness at all? Vanilla. Vanilla's an excellent one. Yeah, certainly I get heavy notes of vanilla with the signature blend. Now the rums in the signature blend are aged from between 4 years old and they go up all the way to about 11 years old in this particular blend. And what we should be getting after those vanilla notes, after those sweet things and the spices that we picked up, is anybody getting a hint of citrus at all? Now we've gone back and smelled it again and our noses have become more accustomed to the sweetness. A little bit of orange peel perhaps, and apricot. Now what I'd like to ask everybody to do is take a little sip of your rum, make sure you keep some in your cup, take a little sip of the rum. I'd like you to coat the mouth with the tongue and then swallow the rum and then breathe in through the mouth. So those kind of more mature notes that we might be able to get on the finish there, they come from these things right here. And that is the casks that we age our rums in. Now, we age all of the rums on Appleton Estate in American oak casks. So they've all had bourbon sat in them previously. And what happens when we transport those casks from Tennessee, if you like, in the States, somewhere around that area, over to Jamaica? Well, it's hot at both sides of that journey. But in the middle, whilst being transported, the temperature drops. And so what happens with those casks is that the wood contracts slightly, it squeezes itself. And we can almost think about this as wringing a flannel, if you like. We're squeezing the last bits of flavour from that bourbon, from that American oak aged bourbon, out onto the inside ledge of our drink, and that's what lends the wonderful textured finish to Appleton Estate. Now my friends, we cannot drink rum without having a toast, so raise your cups into the air. If I get lost or chance to roam, then pick me up and send me home. Salut. Now, the next one that we're going to have a little taste of here is going to be the 12-year-old rare blend. And so the 12-year-old rare blend is the rum that we use in our signature serve for the Mai Tai cocktail. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about the origins of the Mai Tai in a moment. We're going to make one between us. And so I want you guys to have a little taste of the rum that we're using to make this Mai Tai with first. So whereas our signature blend was a blend of 15 different rums produced on our estate, ranging in age between 4 years and 11 years. This is 4 specifically selected rums that are aged for a minimum of 12 years. See how when we started talking about rum, the sun started to come out, guys? There's a reason we make this stuff in the Caribbean. Now the word rum itself is quite an interesting one. In fact, it comes from an old English word, rumbullion or rumbustious. So when the plantation slaves were working with their Irish counterparts at this time, the people of the Caribbean weren't particularly big drinkers at this point, and of course the Europeans who colonised really were. And so the locals couldn't understand the fieriness, the burn, if you like, that they got from the alcohol, and they were given the word rumbullion by the people who were producing it. That word was eventually shortened over a period of time to rum, and we have the wonderful spirit that we know and love today. So remember those notes that we had from the signature blend. Again, let's bring the cup to our nose and have a smell first thing first. And again, guys, shout some flavours out to me. What are we getting here? Oak in that. Some oak, again, really good, yeah. And this is going to have more of those oaky textures, those almost tobacco-led textures, if you like, because it's been in the cask much longer than the stuff from the signature blend has as well. For me, the sweetness on the nose is a little more intense, whereas last time we said vanilla. I want to say cinder toffee and honeycomb with the 12-year. You'll notice it has a darker hue to it as well. Then behind that, I certainly get chocolate and coffee. So this is something that we could think of as a little richer and a little more intense. Again, we don't drink rum without having toast. So our cups in the air. To wives and lovers, may they never meet. Okay, so we're going to get started on the Mai Tai now. Now the version of the Mai Tai that we make is the Trader Vic Mai Tai. This is a really, really classic rum cocktail. And in fact, the original version of the Mai Tai was produced using one of our partner rums, Ray and Nephew 17-year-old. The Ray and Nephew is very, very rare these days, but it's got the cocktail itself has a history and a tradition with the Appleton Estate. So who would like to come and join me and help me make some Mai Tais? Anyone? Don't all volunteer at once. This lady here. Step forward. You were just the only person making eye contact with me. And this gentleman here as well. So the first thing that we need is to get some ice chilling in our cocktail shakers. We're going to use the ice as we shake the drinks to aerate it. And so we're going to get some of the characteristics of the different flavours that we've got going through there into the mix. So my friend, if you would like to pour some of this into that receptacle there, I'll say when. Great stuff. What was your name, my friend?
Darren.
Very well done, Darren. And
Ellie.
Ellie, if you'd like to do the same into the glass one here for me, again, I'll tell you when. Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much, guys. If you'd like to take your places again. So we've started with 50 mils of the 12-year-old rare blend Appleton rum. Ladies, if you'd like to come and join me, please. So the next thing that's going to go into this cocktail is some orange curacao. This is an orange-based liqueur. It's going to give us some sweetness to cut through the more refined flavours of the rum. So again, what was your name, my friend?
Charlotte.
Charlotte, if you'd like to just pour a little of this in there for us. Perfect, thank you. And Bernadette, again, if you'd like to do the same here for me. Perfect. So we've gone with 12.5 mils of the orange curacao alongside 50 mils of the Appleton Estate 12-year rare blend. My friends, if you'd like to come and join me. So the next ingredient that we're going to put in here is this one. It's called orgeat. Has anyone heard of orgeat before? It's an almond-based syrup. So this is just sugar and almond. And what I'd like you to do, my friend, is just pour a little dash of that into the silver receptacle there for me. That's perfect. And if you could do the same for me here, mate, just pour it slowly. Perfect, perfect. So we've gone with 15 mils of the orgeat almond-based syrup. And now the final ingredient that we're going to put into the mix, in the finest blue pizza traditions, this is what I made earlier. All this is just freshly squeezed lime juice that I've done earlier on today to make it a little easier for me to pour. My friend, if you'd like to come forward. My friend, if you'd like to come forward. What's your name? Corbin. Corbin, if you could just pour some of this into the silver container for me there, I'll say when. A little bit more. Perfect. And your name was?
Jessica.
Jessica, if you'd like to pour some into this glass one for me here. A little bit more. And that's perfect. And so we've gone with 20 mils of lime juice for the finish there. Now, guys, what's the most important part about making cocktails? Shaking cocktails, exactly right. So here we go. Seal the Boston container there. It'd be really bad if I got that wrong with the cameras around, wouldn't it? Now, who are the most two important people? These ladies here, come and step forward. Because I'm getting a bit tired at this point, so what I need you to do is help me shake the cocktail. So we're going to face the larger part of the shaker outwards. Nice grip like that. Up and down and out. If you'd like to start with that one. We're going to turn, so we've got the larger pour facing outwards, so we can't get wet. And do you want to give that a good shake for me, please, ladies? Come on, we're shaking them to wake them up, not put them to sleep. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, I think we need someone to tag out. Guys at the back here, can you take over for us? Come on, come on. Give it a good old shake for us. And what did you say, my friend? It's cold? Well, great stuff. That's how we know the drinks are ready. So thanks very much for your help there. If we can just see what we've got building up on the outside is some condensation there, which tells us that the temperature on the inside is going to be appropriate for us. So now the last thing that we need to do, and if we were making these in bars, if we were, you know, rather than doing it out front here, we might want to strain the ice off over some fresh ice. But doing it rustic, making it at home with your friends, I think you've gone to the effort of shaking those flavours over the ice. Let's use the flavoured ice for the finish. So I'm just going to pour all of that in there. Lovely stuff. Nice and aerated. We can see the foam over the top. It means we've got some air amongst those liquid molecules. That's great stuff. And then same again here. Just going to give that a little tap. And again. Just going to fill the glass there. Now, who'd like to smell some mint? Smell?
Minty.
Minty, you say?
Minty.
Can you put that in your hand for me, sir? Flatten the hand. And clap really hard. And again. And now smell it again. Now it's really minty, yeah? So what we've done by clapping the mint there is we've just taken some of the essential oils out from inside of that mint. And it's really nice and fresh on the nose now. So with those intense flavours of almond, of orange, of rum in there, we're just going to use the freshness of the mint to cut through this on the finish. So I'm going to give it a nice crushed ice cap like that. A mint sprig. Finish with a hint of lime there. And that is our Mai Tai with Appleton Estate 12-year rare blend made in the Trader Vic style. Now, who can tell me for a bonus point what the term Mai Tai or Mai Tai Roi means in the ancient Polynesian tongue? Any ancient Polynesian linguists here? No? Come on, what's wrong with you people? It actually means out of this world in the ancient Polynesian tongue, and I'm going to let this lady here be the judge of that. You have the first taste and pass that round and let me know what you think.
Oh my god, it's out of this world.
Oh, there you go.
Nailed it.
So guys, thank you very much for listening. My name's Adam. I'm one of the brand ambassadors for Appleton Estate. I hope you've enjoyed the taste of the rum. I hope you've enjoyed the Mai Tai and the history of the Mai Tai as well there. Please enjoy us on the bus for another cocktail. Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you.